Hello everyone. So today I'm going to discuss the tourism product, its definition, elements, classification, and characteristics. Okay, so let's begin with the definition of tourism product. So a tourism product is a good, a service, or a package of goods and services for people to purchase while visiting a new destination. It is also a combination of tangible and intangible elements such as natural, cultural, and man-made resources, attractions, facilities, services, and activities. It is also defined as a sum of physical and psychological satisfaction it provides to tourists during their traveling en route to the destination. Example of tourism products are those souvenir shops that offers different items to be purchased, but not necessarily nga ang tourism product are those things nga mabakal ta lang since may mga ara nga tours and packages and tourist attractions that are also considered as tourism product. Even gani ang mga festivals and other cultural events are also example of tourism product. Next is the elements of tourism product, wherein the following 5 A's represent the essential requirements for a successful tourism. The first is attraction, which is the most important element of tourism product. Since if without this, then there is no reason an individual will visit a particular place. Kaya di ba, most people tends to travel because they are either attracted sa isa ka lugar or they want to experience something unfamiliar to them like ang food, cultures, and activities nga makasatisfy sa ilang nga psychological needs. Kumbaga, ang attraction ang ga-motivate sa isa ka person to travel to a specific destination. Okay, so on the next A is accessibility. So of course, transportation is needed to physically move a person from where they live or kung sa diin siya ang or kung diin man ang ila pick application going to the specific place where they intend to visit. Syempre, we have air, land, and sea transport available in order to reach the person's desired destination. Most of us for sure mas preferred tagid nga kadtuan ang isa ka attraction or ang isa ka lugar which is accessible sa aton kay para less hassle siya. That is why kung ang isa ka attraction, 'di ba, if hindi siya accessible by the normal means of transportation, sometimes or even mostly gani gina-disregard na lang, and then we look for other places or attractions nga mas accessible sa aton. Next is accommodation. So unless the type of your trip is not excursion, then surely you will be needing an accommodation wherein you can rest and stay overnight. It can be hotels, apartments, guest houses, and even condos nowadays. Actually, damo na subong mga platforms where you can find accommodations, especially online like agoda.com, booking.com, Airbnb, and etc. Next is amenities, which generally refer to the facilities and services being offered in a particular destination, such as retail shopping, restaurant, and cafes. Normally, we encounter this sa mga hotels wherein ang mga toiletries are included sa package or sa hotel fee nga ginabayaran ta. Some comes with free breakfast, gym, and Wi-Fi connection. May ara man niya other hotels nga wala breakfast, wala free nga breakfast, but you have the option to buy either sa ila restaurant or outside. Lastly is the awareness. This element may seem insignificant, but if wala ni siya, it can make all the other elements irrelevant. Kaya di ba, how can a person be attracted to a destination kung hindi siya aware, di ba, sa amo ni siya nga mga lugar or attractions. So that's why there is a need for strong marketing of an attraction so that ang people or mga tao would be aware of it. Nowadays, damo naman platform for awareness, especially in social media where it can reach widely in a matter of minutes. Before, asang di pauso ang social media, ang ginagamit nila are magazines and newspapers. Okay, so the next topic is the classification of tourism product. First, we have the natural tourism products, which refers to those products built by the grace of nature, like camping, hiking, and fishing. These products are more closely associated with natural environment and major natural resources such as the climate, since most people prefers to visit a specific destination and its climatic condition. Next is natural beauty, like mountains, which is perfect for people who wants to unwind and looking for a clean air. Also, we have the water, like rivers, lakes, and waterfalls. We also have flora and fauna, which for tourists who likes to know the various types of plants, and those who likes to watch birds, reptiles, and other exotic animals. We also have beaches for tourists seeking for relaxation and recreation. And lastly, islands, which is an ideal place for adventure, nature, and culture lovers to visit. The next classification is the man-made tourism products, which are built by the humans and are purposely built for tourists, such as museums, casinos, and theme parks. The man-made attractions also include culture, traditions, entertainment, and business. Next is symbiotic tourism products. These tourism products are an excellent blend of natural and man-made resources. Nature has provided the natural resource and man has converted them into a product by managing them. Best example of symbiotic tourism products are national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and marine parks, wherein the places are left in their natural state of beauty, but they have to be managed by providing roads, transport, parking facilities, resorts, jeep safaris, and etc. Though ang pinaka-main attraction is the nature, but the products are symbiosis or collaboration of nature and man. Next is event-based tourism products. These are the things that happens or takes place in specific date and venue. It is a planned occasion where people usually gather to celebrate. And one good example of this is the Olympics and mga festivals. Diri sa aton, very common ang mga festivals like the Sinulog, Panagbenga, and Ati-Atihan, where other people from other places come and celebrate. San kaya ni Aswang Festival, di ba? Diri sa Rojas before, we have ina-celebrate naman siya. Lastly is the site-based tourism products, which refers to an attraction that is permanently placed in a site and cannot be replaced. Example of these are the monuments and historical sites like the Taj Mahal in India and the Statue of Liberty in the US. And my last topic is the characteristics of tourism products. So the number one characteristic of tourism product is that it is intangible, which means that the product cannot be directly seen, tasted, or felt before its purchase and consumption. So after using the product, there is no physical proof that one has used it. Example, the hotel room. Okay, diba? Once the person check out from the hotel, there is no physical or tangible proof that he or she was in the hotel. Same thing kung magsakay ta sa airplane, di ba? After we landed and disembarked from the plane, there is no tangible evidence that we are on that plane. Next is another feature of tourism product is that it cannot be separated from the provider. Example, if a tourist enters a restaurant and order foods, then the server cannot separate himself from the food being brought to the customer. Another example is during check-in sa isa ka hotel wherein ang guest hindi ka check-in sa hotel kung wala ang receptionist. Also, A tourism product is perishable when it is not consumed at the time and point that it is provided. Kumbaga may ara siya expiration. I think one best example of this is if we book a flight and then if for some reason wala kita kasakay kay maybe because na late kita sa pag-check-in or nasarhan na kita sang boarding gate, then ang tendency is that maribok na naman sa kita sang ticket or worse is makuha agad sang bag-o. May ara ko kilala before nga nabayan siya sang plane because naghapit pa siya sa Starbucks, tas pag-abot niya sa boarding gate, wala na siya ginpasulod kay kapila nagali siya gin final call. So ang natabo, nagkuha na lang siya new ticket which is much higher or mas mahal sa iyang original price ang iya ticket. Okay, so the next is heterogeneous. The element of the human factors creates a difference between one product and another. What tourist experiences at one place may not be similar to the one they experience at another place. So sample kung nami ang service or food niya na experience mo sa Pizza Hut, that doesn't mean or there is no guarantee nga same man imo ma-experience nga service or quality of food sa Shakey's. Kay every tourism products differ from one to another. Another feature of tourist product is immovability. A tourist attraction such as waterfall, mountain, beach, flora and fauna cannot be moved from where it is originally located to another place. Heritage sites have to remain where they are because that is how the tourist will enjoy and have value for his money. It is also practically impossible to move a hotel. Next, tourism demand is influenced by seasonal, economic, political, and other such factors. There are certain times of the year which we see a greater demand than others. At this time, there is a greater strain on services like hotel bookings, employment, the transport system, and etc. In other words, it refers to lean and peak season. There is sa Pinas, what we consider nga lean season is from June to October, which is the wet season. While ang peak season naman is from November to May. Another characteristic is that the ownership of a tourism product is not transferable to the consumer. Meaning the consumer only owns the right to use the product because he has paid for it for a predetermined period of time or days. Just like again sa hotel, kung nag-book ka sang 3 days, 2 nights nga stay, it doesn't mean nga ikaw na ang tag-iya sang hotel. Instead, may ara ka lang right na gamiton ang hotel and its amenities because you paid for it. After you check out, the hotel continues to belong to the owner. And lastly, tourism product is somehow risky. The risk involved in the use of a tourism product is heightened since it has to be purchased before its consumption. An element of chance is always present in its consumption, like a show, for example, ang show might not be as entertaining as it promises to be, or a beach holiday might be disappointing due to heavy rain. Sometimes, di ba, hindi gid natin malikawan nga ma-disappoint, especially kung dako gid aton expectation sa isa ka bagay or sa isa ka lugar, or kung iba ang naging outcome sang isa ka service compared sa kung ano ang gin-assure or gin-promise sa aton. So, muna, bawi na lang kita next time or next life, mga sis. Okay, so that's the end of my report about the tourism product. Thank you.